We're here with Coach Niñeras and Coach Anto Gonzalez to discuss what's next for the Azkals after the 2012 Suzuki Cup, with the Philippines knocked out in the semi-finals. What are we looking forward to in 2013, Coach Anto?
Of course, the next big tournament, and I think the only tournament for 2013, is the Challenge Cup, which will be held in March. It's originally scheduled early March, but I think since we're hosting it, the PFF is requesting AFC to move it to late March. So that's the next thing for the Azkals.
And they're the qualifiers for the 2014 main stage, which will be in the Maldives this time round. If you remember right, Ali Bormeo tweeted about that. He was saying how the Maldives only has one decent stadium, and they were surprised they went there. But how likely do you think it is? You've seen the draw, Coach. Cambodia, Brunei, and Turkmenistan. Looking at those teams, how likely is it, do you think, that the Philippines can make the final round?
Possibilities are very high. I think that we've kind of been unlucky with Turkmenistan. I think that's going to be the main game, the main competition. Yeah. Like you said earlier, Cambodia pulls out, and that takes away from the second placer for trying to get the best second placer record. But I think we should shoot for first, and with the players that we have, I think it's there. They have to be able to get more playing time together, and the proper camp, and I think they should be able to progress from that stage.
For those who haven't seen the draw or seen the new format, the Challenge Cup goes straight to a group stage qualifying. They don't have the knockout round beforehand, where the Philippines beat Mongolia last time. So this time around there's 5 groups, and only the top 1 will qualify automatically, and then the second place in each of the group, the best 2 of those will qualify. But as you were saying now, you alluded to, Cambodia are probably withdrawing from the competition. How much of an impact do you think, Coach Anto, that will have on the group itself? Because obviously that means there's only 3 left, which means that it's basically an all or nothing against Turkmenistan.
But we also cannot overlook Brunei, because they have improved drastically in the last 2 years. They've joined the S League, the M League as a national team, and they've placed in the top 3, top 5 in both leagues, and they've been preparing for a very long time already, so we cannot overlook them. But I think we have a very good chance of topping the group.
And it'll be a big revenge story. Of course, Turkmenistan knocked out the Philippines in the semi-finals of the 2012 Challenge Cup. The Philippines were leading, I think, through Phil Younghusband until the 81st and I think 86th, sorry, when Turkmenistan scored twice, really quickly, to turn the entire game around. How much do you think the revenge aspect will be a part of it? How much do footballers bear grudges like that?
Well, I think they can't wait to get started. I mean, I think everybody's looking forward to the game, and I'm sure Coach Weiss will be the top on the list, saying that this is something that got away from them, and he wants it back, and he's going to get his chance.
And I saw that game, and I really thought we would win that game. If not for those not so timely substitutions and changes in player positions, we could have won that game.
Big shout out to Coach Weiss on that one. Well, I guess it remains to be seen if his contract will also be renewed, though the team has made a lot of progress under Weiss. And so looking ahead of the Challenge Cup also, because those being the qualifiers, there'll also probably be another Peace Cup. The UFL will be happening with most of the Azkals there. How much do you think the Peace Cup will be important to it? The reformatted long 10 Cup will be important for the Azkals in their preparation?
It did us very well preparing for the Suzuki Cup. It gave us the needed confidence. It exposed some players who haven't been playing regularly, so that gave them extra confidence as well. And it gave Coach Weiss a chance to really see his players who would play in a particular position very well, and who would he be able to bring up to that level, like the Suzuki Cup. So it's a very good competition for Coach Weiss to to check his players.
And we can also see if they're going to use this to prepare the under-23 for the SEA Games, because this is a SEA Game year this year. So that's another possibility that they may end up doing that. We don't know. You know, if the Azkals are preparing only for the AFC. You know, and I think 2014 is the qualifiers for the women's. It's this year. So 2013 is the qualifiers, AFC qualifiers for the Women's World Cup. So for the Malditas next year, they're going to be very busy.
And the Azkals, the men's national team, played, I think it was 24 games this year, which is more than most nations in the world have played. I think they played 6 in September, which is more than some countries played in the entire year. So do you think now's the chance for everyone to have a break, to relax, and to spend much of the year really concentrating on the domestic game? Because this is where the UFL could really come into its own. And do you think that the most of the players should really try to build up the domestic game here?
No, I think we should continue our growth. You know, it's important. If we take a step back now, you're going to let the momentum go. And I think it's a symbiotic relationship. We have to work with each other. You know, the national team is always the national team. That's the image of the country.
Yeah.
You know, the reason, one of the things that will make the UFL popular is because of the national team players, and vice versa. But yeah, I think if we manage things better, I think the players will be able to spend more time properly in preparing for the local games, which is very important. And also now, if we're able to move from that stage to the other tournaments that Azkals are going to be having for next year. You know, as a national team coach, I will always be biased in talking about, you know, giving country first, you know, than anything else.
And of course, we have to give credit to the UFL also, because for the past year, they've really adjusted their schedule based on the schedule of the national team. So they've moved some games to accommodate the training camps, the friendly matches of the national team. So that's UFL showing a lot of support to our national team.
Absolutely.
We just shouldn't slow down.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do, because you know it's there. You know, you're getting a lot of interest. I think we should work on trying to get more sponsors. Work on the commercial side of both the UFL and the national team.
And the next competition, as we were saying, the biggest thing coming up now is the 2013 qualifiers for the eventual 2014 Challenge Cup. The Philippines will be against the top-rated side, Turkmenistan, in their group. And North Korea won't be in it this time around. They were classed as one of the developed nations. So the Philippines really have a chance if they can get past this group. You could argue another group of death for the Philippines. If they can get out of the group, then they really have a good chance of winning the competition. So to follow more about that, to find out what the Azkals are doing next, trainings, training camps, and all the updates, follow us at FTW Sports.